is up, people? Welcome to another episode on the #1 channel in East and Central Africa that brings you great and epic motorcycle content many have come to love. Do consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you're updated whenever we post a new episode. Do also give us a like and a comment down below in the description box. Today we'll be reviewing this bike, the Jincheng 180R. But before I do start the B-roll, this episode has been brought to you by the Gear Store, your #1 stop for the place to get the largest gear and accessories for all your rally and motorcycle needs. Get informed on the latest news on our very updated blogs where you can read up on detailed information about the bike reviews and motorcycle content today. Use the code GEARSTORE at checkout to get a discount from your first purchase. Link in the description box below. Now, the Jincheng is quite a popular bike. It's first made its appearance mid last year, I think, and they've sold quite a lot of motorcycles. The bike are sold by a company in Kenya called the Jincheng Motorcycle Kenya. They sell parts, bikes from sport touring bikes to sport bikes to naked bikes, even dirt bikes. Today I had the chance to try out their own Jincheng 180R. Now, right off the bat, if you think it looks like a Kawasaki Ninja 300R, you couldn't be more right. If it looks like a duck, it probably quacks like one. It's an exact replica of the bike in every way, and definitely not like the Kawasaki Ninja 300R in every way. Get it? No? Let me explain. The bike has a 180cc single-cylinder 4-stroke air-cooled engine with a 6-speed gear transmission. It's carbureted and it comes with a 16-liter tank. The tires are 110 and 140 at the front and rear respectively. There isn't really much to say about the bike, well, because it has little or no information about it online, except from the distributors themselves, who literally have the most biased reviews I've ever seen on YouTube, or basically anywhere. They are basically begging you to just buy the bikes. So I know I'm going to upset some few people when I say this, but ladies and gentlemen, this is my honest opinion on the Jincheng 180R. I really do hate myself for liking the knockoff version of the Kawasaki Ninja 300, but I must admit the bike does look beautiful. If you were to place this side by side with the Ninja, and for an untrained eye, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. Everything about it is not original except for the engine. It really bugs me that there isn't any creativity in the design. I mean, why couldn't they at least make a Frankenstein of a bike like the way the Zontes 310X is made, which is a bike designed using components and aspects from various bikes such as the Honda, Ducati Monster and the Ducati Diablo. But that's just another topic for another day. Jincheng decided to go the cheaper way, and cheap they are. You get this bike for 180,000 Kenya shillings, not to mention that their funny prices are basically it's 1,000 bob for every cc of engine you get. For example, the 180R is 180,000, the 250 is 250,000 Kenya shillings. The list goes on and on and on. This bike has some really major faults that can really cost someone in the wrong situations. One of the major things I did notice was the carburetor. Now, the owner said he had tuned it, but it didn't seem to solve the problem. The carb seemed to suck in a lot of fuel, and in turn it would flood the bike, and the bike would really have a hard start. Secondly, the bike would consume quite a lot on the lower speeds and gears, something to look out for. The next are the bad conditions of the work. They're not so bad, but the brakes are not as good as I want them to be. They were quite hard and rough, and I'd feel as if two metal plates were grinding against each other. But despite that, all they did the job well. Another irritating thing I did find out was the gearing on this bike. The gears were very hard to shift up and down. You really had to use quite a bit of pressure than necessary to go up or down the gears. If it's your first bike, it would be very hard to tell, but I guess it's something that you can get used to. If you're used to riding a lot of bikes like I have, it's something quite noticeable on the get-go. I really do have a lot of bad things to say about this bike, but I won't say them here unless this video might be 30 minutes long. But if you're interested to read more about the bike, head over to the blog post on the Gear Store blogs section, whereby I talked about this bike in depth. Now onto the good stuff. Like it has been a tradition here on the channel, we must get a good sound check of the engine before the bike, like every time that we have a bike. And so here goes. The bike did seem stable on the higher speeds. Only when you tucked in fully is when the bike wobbled a bit. It's a 6-speed gear and it's like a rolling train which continues to get momentum through the gears. I was able to get 220 kilometers per hour at gear 5, and the sweet spot, however, I did find it to be around 5,000 to 6,000 rpm from the 4th gear going upwards. The bike position and the weight of this bike is superb for taking corners and dragging me. I had a blast going through the corners, as you can see. The tires did their job well. She took those corners with ease and made me feel very confident with it. The frame guards also gave me additional ease of mind in case I slipped, the bike would be okay. And also she did perform like the way I wanted. If I took her to this side, she did go as expected. Now, who would I recommend this bike to? First of all, it's a beginner friendly, so beginners check. Secondly, I'd highly recommend it to those who want to learn how to race on a track and are looking to spend quite a lot of money, because if a bike is damaged on the track, be sure it will cost you quite a lot. And since the bike is cheap, definitely the parts, since Chinese can basically get the parts very cheap as well. It can be a perfect track dedicated bike. All you need to do is upgrade the suspension, the tires, the brakes, and boom, you have yourself a good track bike. On the track, you can really smoke some people in the corners, especially if you know what you're doing. Now I'm going to keep this short. If you'd like to read more about the bike, once again, head on over to the second link in the description box below to read more about it. That's all I had for this video. If you liked this video, give us a like, and it really helps the channel a lot and doesn't cost you a thing. Thank you so much for watching. We have surpassed 400 subscribers, all because of you. Let's get to 500 subscribers. Like, share, and comment on the video and previous videos if you haven't watched it. Now let me know your thoughts about the bikes or any questions that you'd have. I really do like reading and replying to all your comments. Follow us on Instagram at Rico the Gearhead, link below, and visit the website for amazing deals. That's all. Stay safe, ride safe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Action. Ndio unajua mali uta stop.
Sawa.